ship is ours!
Gentlemen. There I were, resting, and upon a sudden, I hear an ungodly row on deck. Sailors abandoned their posts, without orders, without leave. Men before the mast, taking the ship for themselves. Would be that, first mate?
Mutiny, Captain.
Again.
Mutiny!
Aye. Mutiny. And what fate befalls mutineers? Now we know the answer to that, do we not? Mutineers.
So recently I've made a video called using off-meta armies in Galaxy Live, but you guys told me that my off-meta armies weren't off-meta enough, so I assure you this time they are really off-meta. Maybe just because I'm using flamethrowers. I'm gonna regret this. Anyway, the first army that I'm using is Zeppelins plus Raiders, and there's no way any of you guys are using this monstrosity of an army. Now, is this army any good? I would say it's alright, like, I feel like this army has potential, but it's nothing too good. I'm gonna give it a B tier. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, we will be having a tier list and there are all the combos from the previous video. And today we have more combos, so, oh boy. Okay, it's time for moles and menders, and I have no idea if it's going to work. Probably not, but that's why I'm doing tests. Like on paper this could work, but in practice, okay, well, I was testing the waters with this army, like sending less moles. Okay, so my conclusion is, this army is absolutely terrible. Because once the moles go down, the menders are just exposed, and even if I destroyed every single turret, those moles can't really clean up the base. I should also mention that I'm looking where you can unlock the troops for this army and how much it costs in coins, and also how fun the army is. Well, as you can see, this army is very bad and I don't recommend it to anyone. This is such a terrible army, I'm going to give it an F tier. Don't make this army ever, please, it's so bad. I don't know what crossed my mind while making this army, but you can get it as soon as Starbase 2, and we'll see if this weird thing can be better than Beetle tanks and bazookas. Yeah, technically this army has cleanup, has turrets destruction, has some tanking, like it technically could work, right? Let's see. You know what? If you know what you're doing, I am pretty happy with this army actually. It's not as bad as I thought it's going to be. Now I'm obviously attacking weak bases because if you are going to make this, you're probably going to make it on lower levels of your starbase. As you get starbase 8, you'll be producing strikes, colossi, zeppelins, starlinators only. You won't be creating Beetle tanks like me. So on lower levels, this army is actually kinda fire. But is it better than Beetle tanks plus bazookas? Of course not. But of course you need to know how to use this army. You might think I'm saying that for every single army, but no, there are some armies that doesn't really need that much skills. I'm looking at you, strikes. Huh, you know what? Maybe if we replace marines with bazookas, this army would be pretty solid. But as it is now, I'm going to give it a B tier. Falcons plus Flamethrowers. Well, technically it could work, but I don't think so. The question is, can Flamethrowers tank enough for the Falcons? And you know what, I would use just more Falcons. Well, because Flamethrowers are being killed by mortars and cannon blasts, so they can't tank really that much, and Falcons just need to destroy the rocket launchers. I'm really testing those armies and don't send all the units at once. That might result in worse attacks, but we get the idea, right? Yeah, this army is not that good. Another F-tier army. And now it's time for good old strikes plus Starlinators. Oh wait, no, something is wrong. Oh no. Hey, listen, maybe it's a cheap alternative to one of the best combos, strikes plus Starlinators. Listen, I'm trying to be optimistic, okay? I would actually destroyed this base, but that is because I sent too many strikes. Now obviously strikes are the stars of the show, but we're testing the synergy. You know what? This army actually isn't trash. What? The Flamethrowers actually did a very good job. Oh my god, I'm speechless. This army, I feel like, can get a solid B tier. Beetle tank plus Wasps. You know what? I was thinking maybe these armies are performing so good because I'm so good at the game. You know. Now about this army, I feel like the synergy is that, well, tanks are tanking most of the hits, thanks to turret priority to machines over flying units, and Wasps actually deal 2000 damage on level 7. For comparison, a level 7 Colossi deals 2500 damage, so that's a very nice stat. But the obvious negative is that the rocket launcher just doesn't care there are Beetle tanks, and I think we would have just be better off with more Wasps. You know, I'm starting to see Beetle tanks are amazing if they are tanking for other ground troops, because every turret just focuses on them, but Beetle tanks cannot tank for the rocket launchers, and themselves they don't do enough damage to get through the defenses. Yes, they destroyed this base, but I shouldn't have spent that much resources on that base. What a pathetic performance. F tier. If you want to use Wasps, just use mass Wasps, okay? Now Falcons plus Starlinators. This is an upgrade from Falcons plus Flamethrowers, which went very bad, let me tell you. Now let's see those guys in action. You know what, this synergy is probably better, because Starlinators can really help destroy those rocket launchers. But like, they can destroy those rocket launchers, but they just die. And I feel like you're better off with more Falcons. And their cleanup isn't even that good, as you can see. Not many troops survived, and they just can't destroy the entire base. I'm giving this army a D tier, the synergy is not there, I can't recommend that. Oh, and also these troops are not that cheap. And that's gonna be it about the... oh wait! Try Raiders plus Moles plus Starlinators. This is the greatest army I have ever seen. How are you so smart? How are we allowed to have such glory? This army just fixes every problem that I had with Moles plus Starlinators. When Moles just hide, Starlinators are vulnerable. You just drop Raiders and they not only deal very good damage for cleanup and just very good damage overall, they protect the Starlinators while Moles are underground, and when Moles come out, then plus Starlinators, ooh, good stuff. Not to even mention that a part of this army costs minerals, which is always amazing. And also what I really like about this army is it is challenging to use. You actually need to use your brain for once. I feel like this army is between A tier and S tier in terms of performance, but this is my tier list, and for my heart, the fact that you need some skill to use this army properly, oh, it's beautiful. I'm giving this an S tier. This is an absolutely godsend of an army. I have no idea how you came up with this. You need a medal or something. I had such a good time with those armies. Okay, maybe except those F1s. But that's about it. Hope you enjoyed. Have a good day and goodbye.